You didn't have to click this video, but you did. And so on behalf of tech news everywhere, I wanna say thank you. And that we're not quite sure whether we should thank AMD for the new Radeon RX 6600 XT that they just announced at the China Joy Tech Expo. Because while the card itself looks like it might indeed be a 1080p beast, as AMD puts it, with 32 compute units and a gaming clock speed of almost 2.4 gigahertz, it's not likely to make any kind of significant impact on the industry as a whole. Despite some hopeful developments in the ongoing chip shortage saga, most analysts are predicting that we will still be stuck in this demented hellscape of price gouging and empty shelves for some time to come. Linus dove deeper into this issue in today's Linus Tech Tips video though, so if you're looking for a real dose of reality, watch that.
That Linus guy.
Or you could try insulting strangers on the street. The word of the year, by the way, is antitrust, with big tech facing an increasing assault of lawsuits and investigations. But although Valve isn't necessarily big tech, they do run Steam, the biggest platform in PC gaming, and the company is now filing to dismiss a lawsuit from Wolfire Games alleging anti-competitive behavior.
Anti.
You see, Valve doesn't allow developers to sell their game's Steam keys on other platforms for lower prices, which Wolfire says isn't fair, along with, of course, the 30% revenue share that Steam takes from game sales. This dispute is similar to the fight between Epic and Apple and Google, which, by the way, was just weighed in on by the techno king himself, Elon Musk, who tweeted that Apple's App Store fees are a de facto global tax on the internet. And by the way, Epic is right. Epic CEO Tim Sweeney, of course, agreed. So expect the antitrusting to only increase from here, just like the EU's fines. Amazon just got handed a record $888 million fine by the EU's privacy watchdog for a data breach from back in 2018, which is just ridiculous. I mean, privacy is important, but I would much prefer to see Bill Gates go to space before I die.
He deserves it.
Doesn't he? And the Russian Nauka module that's docked with the International Space Station began unexpectedly firing its thrusters yesterday, pushing the station out of its normal orientation. ISS flight controllers eventually corrected for the mishap by firing the thrusters on the Russian Zvezda module and the Progress cargo ship, but for a while it looked like things might be about to go Apollo 13.
Tom Hanks had to get brought in.
The ruckus caused Boeing to delay the launch of their Starliner, which was supposed to rendezvous with the ISS today. Russia's space agency, Roscosmos, said the Nauka's thrusters fired because of a software glitch, and not at all because of a secret plan to crash the ISS into a major US metropolitan area as a means of destabilizing the country for invasion.
Send in Black Widow.
And now a message from our Riley.
Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by Flowcode, the service taking QR codes to the next level with enhanced features and custom designs. Why have a boring old grayscale square when you can include custom colors, logos, and style on your flyers, packaging, videos, and anything else you can think of? For tailored, hands-on support, check out Flowcode Pro, a premium solution with advanced analytics on areas that used to be untrackable. Custom branded designs crafted by Flowcode's in-house designers, flow page, mobile optimized landing pages, and much more, starting at just $9.95 a month. But you, dear TechLink viewers, can get a free trial, so check it out by scanning the Flowcode on screen or clicking the link below.
Quack butts are sugar and gluten-free because they're not food. The PlayStation 5 is getting its first major software update, finally bringing support for expanded storage using the console's M.2 SSD slot. Unfortunately, the process of determining which SSDs are compatible and how exactly to perform the upgrade is a fair bit more complicated than the Xbox Series' storage upgrade procedure, which involves plugging in an external card. But I guess that's what you get for buying a PlayStation, because you wanted to, play exclusive games instead of PC games on a box that's X.
I just like the way it looks, okay?
In other news, Sony has confirmed that their recent acquisition of Dutch company Nixxes is meant to facilitate more PlayStation exclusives getting ported to PC. So there's even less reason than ever to lock yourself into using a fancy box with limited functionality.
Over that controller.
Except of course for the great controller, the fact that it's actually kind of affordable and stuff. I'm really not feeling any China joy right now. But that could change. Huawei just announced their new flagship P50 Pro smartphone with some unusual specs. It's running Harmony OS 2, which is basically a fork of Android, depending who you ask. But thanks to the US-China trade war, Huawei doesn't have enough chips to use their own Kirin chipset. So the P50 Pro is actually powered by a Qualcomm 888 SoC, but with the 5G functionality disabled because US-based companies aren't allowed to sell their cutting-edge tech to Chinese companies. Man, trade wars can be a drag, but hey, at least they produce some fun Frankenstein monster-type devices like this one, so worth it? And bug bounties are common practice in the tech world, but Twitter has just announced an algorithmic bias bounty, which will reward researchers with cash prizes for finding errors in the social platform's machine learning models. Like, for example, the one that caused Twitter's automatic image cropping to prefer white faces. Big yikes. Seems a bit weird to ask the public to do this instead of doing the work, but hey, at least they're paying for it. And finally, a Japanese startup named Ashirazi has developed a system that would help visually impaired people walk with confidence by giving them navigational cues through special shoes that tickle their toes. This exists at exactly the intersection between cool and weird that I would expect from a Japanese startup. And I don't think this video will continue. Come back on Monday for more, because I have a feeling some crazy stuff is gonna happen over the weekend. You going to that party at Nico's? I don't know anyone named Nico either.